So now we will learn how to push and pull the aura. So we'll do with your friends, okay, one of your companion. So what to do? So have your companion or friend in with you. He should stand facing away from you. That is, his back should be facing you. So stand about 3 feet away from your friend's back. Raise your hand in front of you as if you are going to shove him or her. So slowly extend your arms and hand if you are pushing the invisible wall forward. And when extending, pull back your arms and hands if you are pulling back that invisible wall. So repeat the movement, push and pull, push and pull, forward and back, forward and back. Okay. So this movement, it can be slow, you can do it slow and deliberately. You can feel it. So as you make these movements, you cause pushing and pulling upon the aura of your friend. This in turn results in his physical or body swaying forward and back, forward and back. With your pushing movement, the person's physical body will sway forward, and with your pulling movement, the physical body stay back. The friend is placed with his or back, with his or her back to you. Okay, so pushing and pulling movements cannot be detected by him. He cannot see whether you are pushing or pulling. Okay, so and thus influence or clue your friend unconsciously. He's not watching you, but his body will move forward or backward, forward or backward. So in this way we can do. Sometimes the swaying that results is not easily detected by the individual practicing this practice. Because if this occurs, include a third person as an observer, because you are standing away na, and person may be moving little bit, you may not be able to see, so you can ask the third person to stand behind. Okay, so have another person, it can sit 5 to 10 feet away, so that you and your friends are in his vision area, in the profile of the observer. So the swaying that results will be visibly detected by the third person if you cannot. So alternatively, what you can do, have your friend push or pull on your aura. So place yourself in the observer's position. Remember that you are beginning a process to confirm the reality of the auric field surrounding the human body, which we have seen just now. So sometimes it's good to place someone in front of the person, those whose aura is being pushed and pulled upon in front. This person served as a catcher to prevent falling from swaying position. Sometimes if you push so strongly, he may fall down. So you should do it slowly. So in this way, pushing and pulling, because aura is a, yes, because aura is a dynamic part of the entire energy system. The pushing and pulling upon it causes the physical body to weave forward or backward as well. This is just to see whether you can see it. Same way we can see the health problems in the aura also. The radiant lines that indicate specific problem areas, the inflammation of the, sometimes if someone is having pain in the left shoulder or right hip, it could reflect pulled or strained muscles. The asymmetrical radiation can easily be affected with poor energy levels, involvement in too many physical activities, poor circulation or other problems. Because when you hold these aura rods and you move around the person, somewhere you will see, if you have put the as I have put this or as a yes and this as a no, and if the aura rods comes to the no, it means yes. When you will do practically, you will come to know that if a person is back is, yes, I'm watching a person's back and my aura rods crosses, it means he has some issue in his back. In this way we can detect. So this is the aura part. Now I'll tell something, because now we know there will be some discrepancies, some physical problems we can detect with the aura. So strengthening and protecting the aura. Most beneficial to the aura are positive health practices, proper diet, exercise, fresh air, strengthening to the auric field. On the other hand, lack of exercise, lack of fresh air, improper diet, abuse of alcohol, drugs, tobacco, and they create wear and tear upon the fabric of the aura. So the aura is also extremely affected by emotional and mental states, more than most people realize. Continuous stress, emotional trauma, mental disorder, or imbalances, upheavals, worry, fear, other negative emotions, attitudes, they weaken the aura field. A weakened aura results in energy drains. You become tired more easily. And if prolonged, holes and tears can happen within the fabric of the aura. Physical health and problems will begin to manifest also with the other balances. That part I'll come later. So the aura is also, is surely aura is affected by the company of your family members or your friends. That also affects, as I discussed. That part I'll cover later. So because now I'm telling about the strengthening of the aura. Weaker parts will take later. So sunlight is strengthening to the auric field. So is physical exercise. So fresh air is extremely vitalizing the aura. Eating less food but more frequently has a more balanced effect upon the aura. Keeping the balls clean, assisting in keeping the aura strong and resilient. Meditation is also strengthening and protective. Music can also be used to balance the aura and strengthen the auric fields. We have all had experience when we walked into a room in which there had been a fight or argument. The air is thick. You can feel the tension. Okay. So fragrances can also be used to protect and strengthen the auric field. Fragrances, whether as essence or essential oils, or some strongly affect the aura and energy of an emotional and mental nature. Oils and essence have been used to counter the effects of disease and illness, whether physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. Another tool of protecting and strengthening the aura is a quartz crystal or stone. Quartz crystal, I'll show you. Yes, you can find it in many of the places. This, like crystal, we can use. This is the easiest way. The electrical energy inherent within the crystal will amplify and strengthening the auric field. A good experiment to prove this is to have someone to measure your aura without a crystal in your hand, and then within one hand you hold the crystal. Yesterday I was asking Mr. Ravi, when I measured his aura, I asked whether you are wearing a crystal. He got a very good aura. So without a crystal in your hand, and then you measure the aura with a crystal in your hand. Even a small or 1-inch quartz crystal will increase the auric field by as much as 3 to 4 feet. 3 to 4 feet, yes. So double terminated crystal, this crystal is single terminated. Some crystals are double terminated. So double terminated quartz crystal points on the both hands are extremely effective for strengthening the aura. Carrying one in your pocket can stabilize the aura. You can charge the crystal and you can carry in your pocket while going to some office, some court cases, for some exam, etc. So this is effectively, especially if you know you will be going into a tense or a draining situations. It helps to prevent you from being overtaxed and tired. And at the end of the day, when you find yourself drained and just wishing to regain your energy level, sit and stand with a double terminated quartz crystal or normal crystal in both your hands. Okay, relax and visualize the energy of the crystal recharging your body and filling your auric field with energy. Yes, well, do it at night, you do the puja, at that time you can do it. So perform rhythmical breathing to assist this 5 to 10 minutes is all that it makes to balance out your energies and strengthen them. This also helps you to shift from a work state of mind to a more relaxed and home state of mind. Otherwise, you carry your office to your home, you carry your home to your office. So it helps you to leave the office shut behind. For it cleanses the aura of energy, debris you carried out of the office within you and you have brought to your house. So you can do every evening this thing. The effect of the crystals on the auric field is they stabilizes the energy field around the body and rebuild it. They strengthen and supplement your normal energy levels. So one thing I'll tell you, preventing yourself from being drained. Sometimes we feel na the opposite person is very negative and our energy will get drained. So what you say? This posture also closes off the circulate your energy. Touching thumbs and index finger, our thumbs and all fingers also, or index finger also. While legs are crossed, okay, at ankles, stop your energy from being sucked off by the another person. So whenever you sit in a meeting or somewhere, you can sit like this, holding your thumb, forefinger. You can cross like this, or you, if you have noticed, many of the saints in big some ceremonies there, they sit like this, like hands like this. So they close their aura so that it should not be drained by someone else. So this is protecting yourself from being drained. So this covers the aura part. We have covered aura dowsing, aura. Yes, with dowser also you can measure the aura. That we'll discuss in the next class after the break. Okay. So we just discussed about the measuring the aura with the help of this copper rod. So we can measure, we can visualize with third eye also, and we can push and pull the aura. We know how to protect our aura. Then we can use the crystals to balance our aura. So in this class we have covered almost all the parts of aura cleansing, aura measurement and observing the aura. In next class we will discuss about the dowsing. In dowsing also we'll cover, but first the basic part of dowsing should be covered, then I'll tell you how to measure aura with the help of a dowser. Okay, thank you.